I occasionally mention that the Quran has a close relationship with Egyptian civilization. 40 And we punished every one of them for his sin. We sent against some of them the winds that scattered stones, and a loud noise seized some of them, and some of them we drowned in the water. Allah did not wrong them, but they wronged themselves. Although many verses in the Quran are used in a symbolic metaphorical sense, this verse has a normal expression and tells us that superior tools and weapons were used in ancient times. I think that the technological tools on the wall of the Abydos temple were used secretly at that time and that some tribes were destroyed with these tools and weapons. I have explained this in detail in my other videos. What I am not sure about is who drew these figures. The pharaohs are the gods of Abraham, Moses and Jesus who wiped them out from the stage of history. Could the gods have drawn these figures to destroy ancient Egypt and leave a marked sign? I can almost hear you saying, well, if the pharaohs had these weapons, why were they defeated? I had already given the answer in detail. To summarize briefly, Abraham and Moses steal this secret and ancient knowledge from the pharaohs and reach these tools and destroy Egypt with them. In other words, they hit them with their own weapons. So both possibilities are possible, but I find the second possibility stronger. It is possible to come across pyramids all over the world. No matter how big and superior they are, there is no rule that they will not be defeated. Sumerian tablets were found in the 19th century, and in the 20th century Admiral Byrd discovered an underground base, Agartha. He describes in his diaries that he saw a vehicle similar to the UFO on the wall of the Abydos temple, and one of those vehicles was shot down in Roswell in 1947. World War II, great discoveries of scientists and technological leaps all happen in this period. Look, none of these are coincidences, and the history we are told is not true. I think World War II is related to this deciphering. Because Hitler formed reconnaissance teams and sent these teams to China, India, Nepal and Antarctica, and probably learned how to build UFOs and Vimanas from these superior minds in Agartha, who we worship as gods and who wrote the Quran. Or maybe Hitler was a representative of Agartha, and when he failed his mission he took refuge underground. I say took refuge because Hitler's body was never found, despite the fact that he was said to have committed suicide. Later, this information falls into America's hands and America shoots down one of these UFOs. In my opinion, this Roswell incident is real and is being covered up. Even today, wherever there is a serious UFO incident, the CIA immediately appears there. What are they covering up, and why are they covering up? Perhaps the tools and weapons drawn on the wall of the Abydos temple were those of the Agarthans. I have not researched these issues in depth chronologically. I have come to this conclusion by using some clues. Some of my predictions may not come true, but if there is one thing I am sure of, it is that the history we are taught is not correct. Anyway, back to the topic. It is possible to understand that the Quran is related to the Egyptian civilization from some stories. For example, the fatherless birth incident. Isis and Horus are mentioned in the Quran as Mary and Jesus. Many of the destroyed tribes are located around Egypt and Mesopotamia. Some prophets are claimed to have originally been from the Egyptian dynasty, such as Abraham, Joseph, Moses and Jesus. The examples could be multiplied. Now I will give you some quotes from the Egyptian Book of the Dead and compare them with the Quranic verses. In the end, you will decide whether they are similar or not. According to ancient Egyptian texts, the weighing for each dead person takes place in the hall of the deity Mayat, called the Hall of Truth. The hieroglyph of Mayat, who is considered the eye of Ra and responsible for the underworld, is a feather symbolizing truth, justice and righteousness. According to their beliefs, this trial would be held by 42 judges. The deceased would be given the ability to remember his past for a while and would be made to remember his actions, and the weighing would begin. This weighing and judgment scene is represented in Egyptian paintings by a scale with the heart of the deceased on one side and a feather on the other. Source: Web. 47 We will set up scales of justice for the day of resurrection. No injustice will be done to anyone. Even if it is the size of a mustard seed, we will bring it to the scales of justice. And we suffice as judges. It was believed that during this judgment, the dead would list one by one the deeds they had committed while living on earth and the rules they had not broken. According to the Book of the Dead, at the end of this judgment, the dead would expel the memory of the bad things as secretions from their mouth. According to another Egyptian text, the dead who were found guilty as a result of the judgment were eaten by the crocodile-headed Amate, eaters of the dead. Source: Web. Al-Baqarah 284 To Allah belongs everything in the heavens and the earth. Whether you reveal what is in your hearts or conceal it, Allah will call you to account for it. Then He forgives whom He wills and punishes whom He wills. Allah has power over all things. According to the Egyptian Book of the Dead, some of the dead are then reborn on earth after a short while. Others are drawn towards the great light, and after being guided for a while, if Osiris sees fit, they too are reborn on earth. Source: Web. Hadith 13 On the day when the hypocrite men and hypocrite women will say to the believers, "Wait for us to take a little light from your light," it will be said to them, "Turn back and seek light." Then a wall with gates will be erected between them, inside which is mercy and outside which is punishment. There was neither existence nor non-existence. There was neither space nor sky above. What was moving? Where and under whose control? Was there deep, bottomless water? Then there was neither death nor immortality, nor any sign to distinguish night from day. The one was breathing without breathing. It was spontaneously mobile, nothing existed beyond it. In the beginning, darkness covered darkness. The One, trapped in the void came into being with the power of heat. Source: Web. Hud 7 It is He who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, in 6 stages while His throne was still above water, that He might test you as to which of you is best in deeds. And if you say, "You will surely be resurrected after death," the unbelievers say, "This is certainly clear magic." We have made the night and the day 2 signs. We have removed the sign of the night and made the sign of the day illuminating, so that you may seek bounty from your Lord and that you may know the number of years and the counting. We have made everything clear. These were just a few examples. I have proven in my other videos that the Quran was written by superior minds and that it appeals to a certain segment of people. All 3 books claim to be the Word of God and that they have not been changed. However, they are all human-made books that are considered summaries of history and deal with almost the same subjects.